Good morning, everybody. I don't know why I should be yawning because it's 7:52 in the morning, but I woke up at like 6 o'clock and I couldn't fall back asleep. So I'm awake. I don't even care that my hair looks like this. This is why in the mini golf videos, other than getting sunburned, that I wear a hat. But anyway, today is going to be the first kind of like part one, I guess you could say, of a road trip. Technically, we're going from Knoxville, where I picked up the car, and we're heading eventually to Myrtle. But that trip's being split up into two different parts. Today, I'm heading back to outside of Asheville, which is about 3-ish hours, and to stay at Alicia's family's area to pick her up and then leave in the morning to go to Myrtle. So it's like 3 hours today, 4.5 hours tomorrow. So still kind of a road trip between the 2 days because no matter what, I'll have to stop and charge the car today because I'll only have a 110 at her parents' house, which will do enough. So I'm trying to figure all that out. That'll be kind of a first time, see how the car does, going through the mountains. I'm got full self-driving enabled because I got a 3-month like free trial from that. So I want to test that out, kind of see everything is. So I figured, you know what? You guys seem to like the last video. Let's see how today goes and take it from there. So the car's at like 98%. I wanted it to be done around 9. And I woke up this morning at 6:30 and it was already at 98%. So I had to stop it because it's down, like I said in the last video, down at the bottom of the apartment complex that I'm at. So got to go get that. It's like 40 degrees outside, so that's going to be a cold walk. And we'll get the car packed up and we'll head out. Again, hopefully full self-driving is good because that's basically, for anyone that was wondering, I never really explained it. So the Mercedes is fine. And like, obviously I'm not one of those people like, electric is so much more efficient and all this blah, blah, blah. Like, no, charging the car is going to be an inconvenience. I've already told Alicia that. We're aware of that. I had a Model 3 in 2019 when you couldn't even like 250 kilowatt charge, all that, blah, blah, blah. So I understand all that. But for me, I said the next car I get, after having the Mercedes and it kind of having okay lane keeping assist, again, I'll have a story about why I'm getting rid of that car later, because I think that's a kind of an interesting story for people that think all these like German brands, not all of them, but at least for the most part, are like they're perfect and all this amazing stuff. That's a story. So, but yeah, I said with the last car, after kind of discovering that cars can do what they can do now, it's like, okay, I want anything to help make my drives easier because I do so much of that. Like I said in the last video, I feel like I'm referencing that a lot. If you haven't watched it, feel free to. But for the most part, I feel like I play mini golf for a living on YouTube, which is still weird to say, but I drive more than anything. Like we live 8 months on the road, basically. I'm on the highway a lot. And anything that can make that time in my life easier, I'm all for. And in my opinion, out of all the cars I've driven, Tesla seems the best at that. We'll see if full self-driving is the play. If so, I might subscribe to that. It's like $200 a month for the months that I'm on the road. Or if just basic autopilot can do the job. We'll see. But either way, long story short, good morning. Mini road trip today. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I totally forgot how cold it was going to be this morning. It's 41 out, and I didn't look to consider. I was like, oh, it's going to be in the 60s today. Forgot about I had to be walked down and get in the car in the morning, so the only jacket I have is like my big snow jacket. I feel like I'm like a burnt marshmallow right now. Hey, big girl. I don't know if you guys can see the color of the roof. I got it heating up right now because I did not think to defrost it before I came down a little bit earlier. That one's on me. Look at you unplugged. Let's pack the car. Let's head to Asheville. One thing, here, let me turn the music down. One thing I will definitely enjoy getting used to is the ability for the car to defrost, which maybe, I'm sure other cars can probably do it too, but defrosting and be able to heat up and everything while it's cold out. Nice touch. Now, let's head back up, pack the car, and head to Asheville. I feel like I've said that so many times. Again, these videos, they're not gonna be super curated. They're not gonna be super edited down. They're just kind of brain dumps of my experience. So if you're into that, cool. Let's hang out together. Okay, one thing that I found that's interesting so far, I'm holding the camera way out like this because I'm not sure if the full self-driving thing is gonna nag me. I got one hand on the wheel still. But is when I roll up to semis in the lane next to me, it will scoot itself over to the other side of the lane that it's in. So if there's a semi to my right, it'll scoot to the left side of the current lane, which is super interesting. It's okay, I'm holding the wheel. Which is super interesting, and I know my car back in the day didn't do that. I don't know if autopilot can do that too by itself. That's just full self-driving. That's nice. That's actually a really, really nice addition. So whoever added that, great idea. Thank you. So far, other than it just nagging me to hold the wheel that one time, I'm not gonna use it on back roads and stuff. Like at least as of now, like that's when I use it on the highway mainly. I can drive when I'm on the city streets. Like that stuff, don't really care. But so far for the highway, which is again like 90% of the driving that I do, it's not good so far. We're only about 10 miles in. We'll see how it does as we go, especially when we're driving through the mountains, like all the curves of the mountains. That I'm really curious to see how it behaves. So we'll see then. And also I reset for all the like Tesla people out there that want to see like the watt hours per mile and everything to do like the right around 2 hours to Asheville. We'll see. I'll reset my B trip, so we'll see how that does too. I'm rolling right now, like no one in Knoxville goes the speed limit. So like I'll say probably the average speed that I'm gonna go the entire way there is probably gonna be between like 70 and 75, just because it's I-40 and everyone flies through here. And that's about the average speed limit is around 70. So we'll kind of see what it ends up at when we get there. But so far pretty good. If you saw the last video, you remember me making the comment about just, I swear drivers are getting worse and worse every single day. You gotta love it. So we're in the mountains now, so speed limit's 55, but going down like the main part of 40, speed limit's 70, okay? Car gets in the left lane, it's going between 55 and 60. Car behind him gets impatient and starts riding his butt. Car that's going 55 decides to brake check the car that's riding behind him, causes every car behind them to almost random, including me. Brake checks out of nowhere, and then after he brake checks, then jumps into the other lane, and the car that was riding the butt of the car going slow, that got brake checked, speeds up, cuts right in front of the other car into the right lane now to brake check him back, and then floors it and takes off. Why? Why is that necessary? Driving on 40, man. It's great when there's no one around, terrible when there is. Okay, one thing I'm definitely noticing so far, Tesla full self-driving autopilot is not as comfortable driving the mountains of 40, like the North Carolina transitioning to Asheville mountains. Not as comfortable driving that as a person is, because it definitely likes to like really slow down, and it really likes to kind of bounce and forth between the lines. But I think a big part of it, here I'll flip the camera around and show you, because it's been freaking out a couple times, and I'm gonna take a guess as to why, like to the point where okay, I'll drive to this part because I can see that it does not fully grasp it. I'll flip the camera and I'll show you. So it's running right now, so we'll see if it disengages. And I'm in the left lane just because that car in front of me was running in the right lane the whole time, but actually this is really bumpy, so let's get over. But as I get ready for it to get paved, those walls, especially when they were taller, it was freaking the car out. I don't know what it thought they were, but yeah, like this height right here coming up. I don't know what the car thought was going on. It did not like it. It did not like it at all. So I don't know if it was just because of the way the curves were going through here and like the shadows that were being cast from the sun down onto the road, or what it was. Car did not like it. So it's one of those things like, okay, good to know, like in these areas, unless there's like nobody around and I don't want not really worry about the car like braking or anything like that to like affect the car behind me, I'll let it run, which I am right now because there's literally no one behind me. But if there was, I would not be trusting it, at least for the driving part. I could let it run on like cruise control, that's fine. It does not like the walls. Does not like the walls at all. It's doing okay right now because I dropped the speed down a bit. Does not like those walls at all though. But I'd say overall it's doing like an 8 out of 10 is what I'd say. It's not perfect. That's why it says for you to still watch the road the entire time, which I am. And I keep my hand on the wheel, just like that. It is not like these walls, especially in the curves. But other than that, it's been completely solid. Also, I didn't even realize what they were to show you guys when I was passing them just a second ago. But look, this is for Alicia. There's 2 Volkswagen hippie vans right there back to back. That is hilarious. Oh, it went out of focus. Focus. There we go. There they are. That was a little close. It's hard to swing into this corner spot. But first charge, just plug her in. And it's only like 10:50, but I am starving, so I'm gonna go find food. Okay, so small update, made a mistake. On the map, it looked like Panera was like in the parking lot of where this charger was. It's up, let's turn that down. It's actually up the hill on the other side of the fence. So I have to like walk all the way back around to go over there. So like, that was my fault for not looking. Thankfully, there's a Whole Foods like on the other side of this parking lot, and there's other chargers over there. So I'm gonna go over there and plug in and either go eat at Whole Foods or walk to Panera from there, because I think it actually might be closer, even though it looks farther away on the map just because of the hill and stuff. So switching chargers. that one's on me. Huh. That's the first time seeing one of the Rivian
In 500
Amazon
feet,
vans.
your destination will be on the right.
That's the first time I've seen one of the Rivian Amazon vans. Well, that's too close. Huh. Actually looks pretty good. Okay. Take two. Let's try this again. Open sesame. That was cheesy. Turn green, please. I don't even know if you can see it. We're blue. We're blue. You can do it. We're green. Okay. Time to go get food. Sure. That'll work. And back to the car we go. So it's kind of funny. I almost ran out of time to eat because it charged quick enough. Please move. Thank you. Because like we got here. Well, actually here. Let me get in the car and I'll just show you. Okay, so let's see. So we got here at 48%, and it actually, we charged to, there we go, to 96, and I almost ran out of time eating because I figured I'd just charge it all the way up because, again, I need to get it decently charged. I wouldn't charge this much normally, but I got to get it fairly charged because when I get to Alicia's parents, I got to charge it to 110. So how do I see all this information? Let's try to get this figured out. Charging, I assume. Yeah, normally I wouldn't have it set to that, so let's just go ahead and drop that back down to 8. Well, actually, no, I'm going to leave it at this because it's not going to make it to that in the morning. So let's see. So the last thing, can I see this? Can I see this? No. Well, either way, so it charged about 50% for $14.44. I feel like that's not bad. Like, I don't know what that's relative to. Again, for me, I am technically coming from a premium gas car, which sucked. Granted, on the East Coast, it's a lot cheaper than the West Coast. It was like, I think when I filled it up on the way back yesterday, it was like $4.10 a gallon. So say $4.10 a gallon, you get 25 miles to the gallon. That would be for $14. That would be about going over 4 gallons, which would be about 100 miles, give or take. And this should be theoretically about 140, kind of. So it's a little bit less. Yeah, for a supercharger, I mean, I'll take it. But yeah, since I got here with such a high percent, I got here with 48%, so it took about 50 to get here. And by the time I got my food, ate, and got back out here, I was like, uh-oh. Might end up having to like stop the charging or pay idle fees because I didn't know if it was actually going to make it all the way to 100%. Normally I wouldn't charge that early into it, but like I said, got to have it fully charged for tomorrow, so I kind of just need to make that happen. Okay, I will admit, and not ideal, I was not planning on arriving at that high of a percentage when I get to the area that I'm going to, but I am going to show Alicia's parents the car, and I'm probably going to launch it a few times, which I haven't done yet myself. So, this is really awkward. This is why I film with a front-facing camera. So because of that, that's probably going to suck the battery a little bit, and then I should be able to get it to maybe 90-ish tomorrow. So again, wouldn't have charged it that long if I would have known that it was going to be that little to get to their place, but it is what it is. Okay, and last thing, for people wondering, there was my stats on the highway drive. It was 99% all highway. I feel like that's not that bad. Like, I'd love for it to be a little bit better, but I was also rolling like 75, probably average, and then a lot of speed up and slowing down. I'll take it. Okay, pit stop. It's weird. Obviously, I had a Tesla before, so I know it does this, but it's always weird when... So I left it like 95%, 96%, I don't remember what it was. And it was like, hey, you're going to be able to go like 35 miles, which isn't that far, and only go down 5%. I'm like, okay, that seems like weirdly low. Totally forgot about how like I went up the mountain, and as I was going down, so I was at 90% when I hit the top of the mountain, and now I'm at the bottom of the mountain. I'm in Chimney Rock. I'll get out of the car in a second to show you guys. And I'm at 92%. So... obviously on the highway you burn through it a lot, but it's kind of nice when you go up the hill and you lose so much, which obviously you're using more to go up the hill, but it's kind of like satisfying watching the number go up as you're going downhill. I don't know. It's kind of fun. But what I was thinking was, so I want to be able to have, because obviously like filming like this it's fine in certain situations, but I don't condone it, and I don't think it's a good idea for a lot of times, especially while driving, even if there's no one around. So what I want to do is, I have a bunch of these old like GoPro adhesive sticky mounts, and I heard someone say that a great way, because I have that, and I have this old guy, because I haven't used it in a long time. This thing, which it might end up actually being too long. I'll figure it out. But I saw someone say that if you can take an adhesive mount and stick it like right here, and it's solid because it's plastic, so it sticks really well, and then you can kind of mount a GoPro from there. And like I might end up not using this in the long run. I guess I can bend it to make it shorter in height in the meantime. But I figured that'd be a great place to do it, because then if it falls off, like it's not really going to do much of anything, versus trying to do like a suction cup mount, because one, that's going to get hot with the windshield, eventually fall off, or this, since it's technically out of the sun, it might hold better because it's not holding a lot of weight. So I want to stick that on and just go ahead and get that done. So then when we're on the road and Alicia's with me, we can be having conversation with you guys if we're filming stuff for this channel without like worrying about me holding the phone, and we're both in the shot and everything should be good. So gonna try to mount that, see how it goes, and then like I'll show you guys the view from here, because it's kind of cool if you've never seen the area, because the leaves are starting to change, and then keep driving. Hopefully that'll work. It's pretty well on there, but granted, I've had these adhesive mounts for probably 6 years, so let's hope it holds. I'm not gonna hang anything from it for a while, just in case though. Oh, look at the doggy. Hello. I also realized that I need to go ahead and set up, just because we drive so much. I have so many old SSDs from editing, which are just too small to hold the amount of videos we film nowadays. So I have a 1 or 2 terabyte Samsung SSD that I'm going to replace the flash drive with, and I think I did it all right to like format it and everything beforehand. So I'm going to get that installed. Might as well just go and do that while I'm here. And is there anything else I need to do? I don't think so. I probably should organize the car a little bit, because Alicia and her parents are out getting groceries right now, and I have a key to get into their house, but like I'll just be there by myself with their dog, so I might as well get some stuff done beforehand. So I'm gonna get that done, because there's no cell service out here, which is kind of weird. Gonna get those things kind of taken care of, organize the car a little bit, where I just threw everything in here yesterday. That dog is still cute. And then I'll show you the view. I'm just know by now, if you've seen the mini golf videos, you should know this, or if you've seen my really old vlogs, if you've been on for a long time, let me know in the comments if you have. This channel, like I said before, it's not gonna be super like, is aggregated the word or whatever. It's not gonna be super edited down. So it's gonna be kind of just brain dumps. It might be 10 minutes long, it might be 20 minutes long. I have no idea. But that's the beauty of this channel, because it's a side channel and I'm just gonna kind of have fun with it. So I hope you guys are cool with that. I hope you guys are chill with that. That's what it's gonna be. Now I can get stuff done. Nice. That was the color I was originally considering before I switched it over to white. It looks good though. But anyway, after a lot of distractions, there's the view. It's one of the few places I've been to. I know probably on the West Coast there's more, but you have all the mountains, and there's a lake right there. Pretty cool. This will probably be the thumbnail, breaking the fourth wall. Not really its intention, and I probably won't use it for anything, but a little extra souvenir. Sure. Well, I'm dumb. Even just after looking at this flash drive, I didn't realize it was a USB-A port, and all I have for my SSDs are USB-C cables. So gonna have to get an adapter for that, or find an old one that I have somewhere. I haven't even used a computer with a USB-A port in so long now that I don't even know if I have any. So can't do that. Never mind, take that back. It also feels weird sitting in the passenger seat. I never sit in the passenger seat of my own cars. So never mind, can't take that and use that. So gonna have to use this for now, and just it'll do the job for a while. It'll just auto erase over some of the old stuff. So this should be fine in the meantime. I'll get one eventually. Sorry for the wind. One thing's gonna be interesting, like I've learned my car, I know how to pack it. It's kind of like a technique I have at this point. But this car has such a lower like floor to ceiling height when it comes with the seats down. It'll be interesting to relearn how to pack this, just because of the slope and the height and everything. But one thing that is nice, and I was looking at a Model S and I got used to its size for the mount down here. This underfloor is ridiculous. Like that's a full-size Lululemon bag for Alicia stuff, my backpack, and still have that much room just for the underfloor alone. This is gonna be very useful. And I know I'm just like, oh, look at the Tesla. Oh, look at the Tesla. It's new to me, so I'm kind of excited about it. Trust me, I promise, to the best of my ability, like, I mean, I'm sorry, but like stuff like that's cool. I promise to the best of my ability, I am not gonna become one of those Tesla people that just like, oh, look at my car. Oh, look at my car. Look what it can do. Look what it can do. It's a car. It's a tool for what I need. It's a great tool for what I need right now in my life. Knock on wood. But I'm just getting used to it right now and kind of showing everything. But so far it's been pretty solid. I'm happy with it so far. Autopilot, full self-driving, whichever one you want to consider it. It's good in California. It's good on straightaways, basic turning, highway, like, which I'm taking it through like probably one of the harder tests, but I'm taking it to like a downtown or something like that with a lot of traffic. When it comes to like curvy, extremely curvy mountain roads, it's not there yet. Especially when the roads are barely the width of the car. Like, they're really tight through here. Even with the Mercedes, they were really tight. It's not there yet. It is definitely not there yet. To the point where I'm like, I'm not going to even like attempt, like even holding the wheel. If even I had a camera mounted somewhere else, I'm just letting it do with me ready to take over, because I would be afraid that I wouldn't be able to take over in time. And if there was a car coming, like enough to like disengage, there's too little wiggle room. There's way too little wiggle room to trust something like that in this area, which is fine. I wasn't expecting it to, but I was one of those like, I want to test it and just see how it does. Definitely not there yet. Eventually, I'll find a way to like have a camera set up where you guys can see it. Also, if you're curious, just to see like, oh yeah, like it's that off or whatever. But right now, I don't have a way to film it that I can trust myself and I can trust the car and everything to all work together. We'll eventually get to that point. This channel's a work in progress. Oh, and side note, because you guys can kind of, well, you could a second ago. I don't know how it did it, but I'm not complaining. We're all saying in the last video when I put this screen protector on that it had a whole bunch of air bubbles in it. I don't see any anymore. I didn't do anything, so I guess they all just like slowly went out themselves. I'll take it. I want to log into YouTube so we can have this when we have to charge. But yeah, that was a nice surprise. I see a puppy. Oh, look at him. The 5x zoom on the new iPhone is fantastic, but look at him. Oh, there he goes. Okay, bye. Yeah, these are the type of roads I wouldn't trust any driver's assistance system on these type of roads. It is just too tight, too curvy. We ain't there yet. Highway and stuff and random like 50 mile an hour, like city street-ish areas, that's pretty good. Not trusting it on this yet. It's just not there yet. All right, so I made it to the destination, and I figured I'd show you guys this again for any analytical people who want to see this. So we were at 44 kilowatts when we got done charging. I reset it. I shouldn't have. That's on me. Used 6 to get the next, it was like 55 minutes, 35 miles, give or take, to get here. 178 watt-hours per mile, 33 miles. There you go. So that's what it was, just for anyone that wanted to see that. All right, y'all. That's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like the video, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. If you want to, I'd appreciate it. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for coming on this little Asheville road trip with me. And then in the next video that I'm probably gonna film, should film it, I probably should. We'll be going from here, the Chimney Rock area, to North Myrtle Beach to go film mini golf. So we'll probably document that. Stay tuned for that video, but thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.